ich ein Hallo und ein recht herzliches Willkommen zu einer weiteren Ausgabe von Armani Talk, der interaktiven Talkshow hier auf meinem YouTube-Kanal. Zugleich ist es auch gleich die erste Sendung im neuen Jahr. Es ist etwas längere Zeit her, dass wir uns jetzt nicht mehr gesprochen haben auf meinem Talk-Format, aber vorab möchte ich mich für diese kleinen Unannehmlichkeiten, die am Mittwoch passiert sind, ein dickes Sorry richten. Ihr habt es ja schon mitgekriegt, am Mittwoch gab es leider keinen Livestream auf meinem YouTube-Kanal zu sehen, was natürlich sehr, sehr schade war, aber man kann es nicht ändern. Und ich habe heute wieder einen Fahrer aus der Nascar Whelen Euro Series mitgebracht, den ich heute zu sprechen weiß. Und die momentan durch das Covid-19 ein wenig durcheinander geraten sind. Eigentlicher Saisonauftakt war ja Valencia gewesen, in knapp 4,5 Wochen. Der wurde schon gecancelt bis am Ende der Saison. Ob es überhaupt eine Saison gestartet wird, das weiß bis heute niemand. Dann wäre normalerweise der Termin in Brands Hatch gewesen, aber dann hatte die britische Regierung gesagt, nein, das können wir auch nicht verantworten. Deswegen wird es bis Ende Juni auch keinen Motorsport in England ausgetragen. Aber wir hoffen, dass wir trotzdem irgendwie noch die Möglichkeit haben, Motorsport noch irgendwie im Sommer noch zu bekommen. Je nachdem, wie es dann wird, aber man weiß ja nie. Und ich habe jetzt die Möglichkeit, mit dem Ukrainer Igor Romanov aus der Ukraine zu sprechen, aus der Euro-Nascar Club-Serie, die damals Elite Club hieß. Good evening, Igor.
Good evening, good evening. Good evening, my friend. Good evening for everyone who now with us. So I hope everything is okay with everything with everyone. So
Igor, thank you for your accepting my invitation. And there would be my first question for you. How are you, and how is the anticipation if it starts again this year with motorsport? Your tension, and what are your personal goals?
Thank you very much. I'm okay. The situation is different every day. We're all waiting what everything will be better soon. But for now, the situation is not okay. Same situation in Ukraine. I think we are waiting for some positive news very soon. But already we didn't have any positive news, so only more people have the COVID-19 every day, more and more people. So I don't know what to say about our motorsport future this year, because what another one race of Nascar Whelen Euro Series was postponed yesterday. It was a Brands Hatch race. So I'm not sure also about the race in Most in Czech Republic, because it's the date is very close to the Brands Hatch. I think 2 weeks or something like this. So I'm not sure about it. So I really don't know. I really hope to start to have some races this year. Really hope. I think it will be okay if we will race in autumn. No problem. But I really hope we will have at least 3, maybe 2 or 3 stars this year. But because I don't know, we didn't understand how the situation will be tomorrow. So we didn't understand it. So
how did you get into the Nascar Whelen, and how made you do it?
NASCAR is my biggest dream for many years. I'm a big fan of NASCAR, of American NASCAR. So I'm starting to watch the series, I think, at late 90s. And probably this series is most important series for me, because I'm watching every race in the main series. I'm trying to watch most of the races in Xfinity and also Truck Series, but I'm not watching Formula One races. So I'm a big fan of NASCAR, but I think it's main interest. This is the only interest, my interest in autosport. So it was my biggest dream for many years, and but was not possible to visit race in USA. I hope it will be possible in the future. But for me, it's was a really great news when I got the information about the Nascar Whelen Euro Series. I understand what these series are: legal series, legal NASCAR series. So for me, it was really interesting and important. So I'm trying to get a possibility to work as a photographer at one of the race, 2017. I sent my request about the media accreditation to Gianluca Guglia, and he answered me, no problem, you made to come. You made to take photos, make any reports, everything you want. So I come to Franciacorta Autodrome and NASCAR GP Italy. And I'm working, I think, only one day. It was September 2017. So I have, when I back to Ukraine, I made some big reports in our media. It was really interesting for many of my friends, not only my friends, but people don't know about the NASCAR in Europe. Many of them know about the NASCAR in USA, but no one knows about the NASCAR in Europe. So they asked me, if you will have a possibility to go on another race, okay, let's try. We will read your articles. So I'm going next year. I was in France tours. Tour oval, oval race in France. I also was a photographer, so I made a series. Of big reports about this event. Also, during this event, I met Bobby Labonte, legendary Bobby Labonte. After the race, after the Saturday race, I met him, asked him about the photo, and I told him what I am a photographer. I am working on media. I'm also an auto racer. I'm have some races in Ukraine. But my biggest dream is NASCAR. So he told me, you made to try. They have really budget possibility to try, because they have a recruitment program and they have a club challenge, elite club. It was earlier. I said, okay, it's a great idea. I will try. I have sent some requests to NASCAR Whelen Euro Series, to Jerome with my racing CV. And last year I have got an invitation to be in France at Fontenay-le-Comte during the testing session in December. I came to France. I'm trying to drive the NASCAR, and after that we have met with Jerome. He proposed me to become a part of the big family of NASCAR Whelen Euro Series, and try to drive in Club Challenge. So I hope. Sorry, my English is not perfect. So probably I really hope you understand me. You all understand me. So
it's okay, Igor. It's okay. Your English is very okay. My next question is: which race are you looking forward to the most?
Sorry, I want to ask you again about it.
Which race are you looking forward to the most?
Forward to the most. Um, I don't know. I really don't know. You mean how the situation will go? I don't know, because most is in June, and the next race I think in Italy, as I remember, in Italy. Yes.
Yes, before the next races is in Netherlands and Venray, the Raceway Venray, the oval race.
Oval race, and after Venray we will have in Italy a race in Italy.
That's
so
right.
Probably, who knows? I believe maybe we need to believe in a good news. We need to have. I believe what we will wake up one day, and the situation will be much better than now. So we will open the social media, we will open our emails or Nascar Whelen Euro Series page, and they told us, okay, we will race. It's confirmed. We will race in Venray, or probably maybe we will race in Most. Why not? Probably maybe the situation will be better in 2 or 3 weeks. I really hope for that. So I don't know. Let's believe in a better things. So I am now I'm have a practice and in with the auto simulator. I'm practice the most track, most autodrome most. So I'm practice in this road. So for me, it's I need to practice. I need to get more practice. So we have in calendar, we have the start of the season. For now, it's a must. So I believe that everything will be okay. So if not most, I will be practice for another track. So for another autodrome. So raceway or. Also, I want to try one day an oval race, but I think it will be in the future, not now.
Do you also watch other racing series such as Formula One or DTM, or which races do you like to watch on television if they can be received freely?
No, for now it's only NASCAR. But I'm watching many divisions of NASCAR. Not only Cup series. I watching also all races of Xfinity series, also Truck series, also ARCA series. Not only main ARCA series, but I'm trying to watch every race of ARCA East and ARCA West. I'm trying to watch Mexico NASCAR, also Canadian NASCAR. So it's really interesting for me. So I think if everything going well, I have every weekend 3, 4, 5 different very interesting races. So I really don't want to. I'm not. Maybe I'm watching 1 or 2 times per year Formula One race. But usually I'm forgetting about this. I'm not checking the calendar. I'm not having the time for that, because usually I have really busy weekends. So for me, it's watching race at late evening. It's okay, but it's a big problem to get a free time during the middle of the weekends. Afternoon. So Formula One probably. I love only one race. It's in Monaco. I also love
atmosphere.
Yes, I also love some street races like Baku, Azerbaijan. Also, it's really interesting. Why not? I'm not a big fan of classic raceways, classic tracks in case of Formula One. But in classic, but NASCAR also NASCAR Whelen Euro Series are working really fine, really great at classic raceways like Hockenheim Ring, like Solder or something like this, because we have the same. Yes, we have a same technical. Oh, sorry, my English is not perfect. Sorry, I forget the word. We have the same cars, because the big advantage of NASCAR, because cars are really similar. So we anyway we will have a fighting for the places. So we don't have a big advantage of one team with the biggest budget, or then another team with So it's interesting. I remember all races from last year of NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. It was really interesting to watch all Valencia or Hockenheim or Zolder or Most or and other places. So it's really interesting. I think it's interesting, and for the Europe, I think it's the most perspective racing series, because the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series didn't have a big so big budget, and every person who driving in the local or some national auto sport racing, some national rankings, like me. I'm racing in Ukrainian dirt track championship, auto speedway. They have also very low budget, but for me, it's a really it's a real possibility to try something different, to try a high level of racing. The NASCAR Whelen Euro Series is probably the best. Oh, you understand me? So, sorry.
For the best atmosphere.
Yes, best atmosphere and best possibility for every driver. If you have the big budget or you have a small budget, you made to get there. You made to try to drive at the legendary racing tracks like Hockenheim, like Zolder, or something like that. Because if you didn't have a big budget, you didn't have possibility to drive in another series. So I think it's a really good possibility. So for me, it's really interesting. So I also was a big fan of IndyCar races or Formula races, American, because I think it's the same mood as NASCAR. But after the, but I think NASCAR is much interesting for me for at least 10 or probably 15 years. So my main interest in racing is NASCAR. So
you are also a big football fan, and if so, which fan, and why did you choose this club?
Oh, I'm also a football fan because I was born in the west of Ukraine. In the western Ukraine, in the city Rivne, we have a club named Veres. So when I was young, I think when I was 10, I'm going the first time on the football match in our town, and I see the atmosphere. It was absolutely fantastic. I want to go to every match, every game. So and after that, I'm trying to be at the stadium as much as possible. I think it was last years of the USSR. So last Soviet years in my childhood, because it was 1986, and we have perestroika, we have Gorbachev, and something like this. But we have really low possibility to have something interesting in our childhood. So football, I live very close to our football stadium. So the football, it was the most interesting thing. So we all coming to the stadium. But for me, this atmosphere became to the one of the biggest love in my life. So I don't live in my in my childhood town for 20 years, but I'm still a fan of this football team, because I think what we need to have one love in our heart for all our life. So if I change the city, if I will change the country one day, who knows? Anyway, I will be a fan of one football team. So I'm a big fan of Club Veres Rivne. So yes, I was in Ultras group when I was young. So
with the supporters as well.
Yes. So I think I have a good connection now with the people who in the supporters groups now. So I have a connection with them. So we have a dialogue. I'm not a person who watching the football on TV only. I think I must go to the stadium. So if I have a free weekend, I drive to another city to watch a game of my favorite football team. So.
My next question is for you. In your opinion, what makes your NASCAR bicycle so special that you are part of this racing series? What about for you?
At first, I want to say thank you very much to my new team, to my team, Not Only Motorsport, Italian racing team. So I think at the start of this week, we finally signed a contract with them. So I now I become a part of the big racing Italian family. So big thanks to the Not Only Motorsport, big thanks to the Fabio Spatafora, who will also drive on. There, and my another teammate David Dallara. So I really want to try. It was my biggest dream, because last year I was not sure about the participation in the Nascar Whelen Euro Series. I only want to try a test the car. But after the testing, I understand what I want more. So club challenge is okay, but I think I want something more. So I'm thinking about the Elite 2 also. Why not?
Maybe on the future.
For the next step, yes. But I want to try a car. And now I want to understand the car. Now I want to feel the car, because I think I don't have possibility to practice on this car. I'm practice in Kiev in Autodrom Chaika on the BMW, so 2 liters engine. So it's probably the same because they have only back wheel drive. So, but NASCAR car is absolutely different car. So I don't have. I need to have more practice. So I want to try this car during the Club Challenge Championship, and who knows? So I will need to get a budget for that, but who knows? I think if you have a true dream, you need to make steps to make this dream true. So for me, it's really important. So probably my biggest dream to drive my car on Daytona tracks. So one day, who knows, maybe. But for me, it's anyway dream come true when I was in France during the tests trying this car. It was my biggest dream. My family also was with me there. My wife and my son, they was also happy because they understand what it's a good example. What if someone wants something, you need to make steps for that. So who knows? I'm still, my dream is now on another level. So not only to try the car, I want to understand how it works inside the big group of cars. So I know how it works, but I don't know how it works in NASCAR because it's really interesting for me.
But for you, is the step by step now? It's correct?
Yes, step by step. Yes, absolutely. So first step was I didn't have a big racing CV. I didn't a big racing history. I was a racing fan for many years, but I'm trying and going to racing school only 5 years ago. Only 5 years ago. So I'm a professional director of photography. I'm working on TV station. So it was my occupation for many years. But finally, I'm trying to release my dream, and I'm going to racing school. After the learning at racing school, I got a place in Ukrainian Touring Cup. After that, I got a contract with Ukrainian Dirt Track Championship Auto Speedway. So I'm learning every time. I'm learning every day. I'm learning to be better for the best results. So for me, it's a step by step, but I'm sure I will. I need it.
Can you say that you may also be a gentleman, Igor?
Also?
A gentleman. Can you say that you may also be a gentleman?
No, yes, as I understand you.
I have another question for you. Describe yourself as a character. How would you describe yourself? Would you say you are a fighter, or how would you say it from your point of view?
Fighter, not only fighter. I think I'm trying to learn. I think it's a very important thing. Fight and learn, or learn and fight. Because if you only fighter, you probably didn't understand your mistakes. I want to learn. I understand. For many years, I understand. For when I first come to racing track, I make so many mistakes. I have a flipped cars. I have different things. So it was really sad because maybe this is not my story. Why I need to do this again? But I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to do it better and better. So for me, it's important to learn. And fighting, yes, I need to fight for every step. Probably I don't want to be the last. I'm not to be. I don't want to be in the middle. I want to be in the higher places. But at first, I need to learn, because after the first race, I will be, who knows, in the back of the table. Not a big problem.
You want to enjoy these races.
Yes. It will be not a big problem, because it will be really good lesson for me. So yes, I'm fighter, but But I want to learn.
I have two questions. My last question for you is: what do you think about iRacing?
About the iRacing?
What do you think of iRacing? What is your opinion?
I think in this situation I think the iRacing will be most popular in every step, every day, because racing fans need to feel this atmosphere. So if you didn't have possibility to watch a real races, the broadcast of real races, the iRacing is also really okay, because I was a bit skeptic about this. I think it was until last Sunday when for me the first time I watched the broadcast of the NASCAR sim racing on FS1, where was only the real drivers, real racers participate in this race. It was really interesting to watch. So I'm only have a couple of tries with the auto simulator. So now I'm practice and I'm really happy. It's fantastic. It's very realistic. So I think it's if you really good driver or in electronic series in virtual sport, you have possibility to drive in the real sport. So I think it's for me now it's a big connection between iRacing and real racing. So yes, I hope I understand your question. Yes. Yes. So for me, it's really, really close. And in this situation, it's closer than it was a couple of months ago. So for now, it's a really great possibility to become the most popular to this virtual racing. So for me, it's really, really nice, really nice. So.
Okay, Igor, thank you.
Yes, it was my idea. I see as a couple of drivers from NASCAR Whelen Euro Series participate at some virtual racing a couple of days ago. Alan Day won at Watkins Glen virtual race, as I know. So maybe why not, if we didn't have any races in the near future, probably will be great to for every who have possibility to drive as a virtual driver, make a race as Elite 1 or Elite Pro or Elite 2 or Club Challenge. Why not? I'm ready to be a part of this. I have possibility to drive as a virtual driver, so why not? We may, if Brand Sketch was postponed, we may to have a virtual Brand Sketch race on the same date or not. Why not? It's really will be interesting.
Or Bueno too.
Yeah.
Igor,
Valencia also.
Yes, definitely. Igor, thank you for your time and for your best healthy greetings to you and your wife and your child in Kiev. And I hope see you soon in the Nascar Whelen Euro Series. Thank you so much for your time, Igor.
Thank you very much, Novians. Thank you very much for to everyone who watch our interview. Sorry again for my English; it's not perfect. I'm trying to learn also. So it really a big secret, but it's my first in my life interview on English. So I'm a bit about it.
So and then you have an interview with Russian, or?
Yes. So thank you very much, and Russian or Ukrainian. So thank you very much. I really hope what this situation will become very soon. I really want to say a warm hello for all my friends for all racers of NASCAR Whelen Euro Series. I really hope we will meet on the racing track very soon. I also want to say big thanks to the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series, not only drivers but all owners. Don't worry, everything will be fine. So we will meet on the track, and big thanks for you. Big thanks for the Not Only Motorsport family. Talk soon and see you soon.
See you soon. Das war das Gespräch mit Igor Romanov. Ich bedanke mich, und wenn es euch gefallen hat, abonnieren, die Glocke aktivieren, und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. In diesem Sinne einen guten Abend und macht es gut.